you want to discuss the truth about our Prime Minister, Carney, please subscribe, or better, become a member. We're going to have the first 10-minute interview coming up in just a few days. But right now, Marc Kealey joins me. You know him. He's a longtime Liberal. And I want you to come on to talk about Carney, because at the start, it's all elbows up, we're going to have a deal. We have no deal. And many people are saying, this guy is not proving to what he said he was going to do. There's a lot of talk, but where's the action? Where's the sizzle? And no deals, no pipelines, more consultation. A number of people are very disappointed. Are you disappointed in Carney as Prime Minister?
No, I'm not disappointed in Carney as Prime Minister. And
What has he done? What has he done?
Your viewers want to hear people say, yeah, let's just bash the tar out of the Prime Minister.
What has he done?
I'm telling you, Stephen, I think you got to look at what's happened over the last 6 months.
Right? Tell me.
The people of this country said, you know what? I don't want an attack dog. I want somebody who's serious. I want somebody who's going to be a global thinker. I want somebody who raises Canada out of the performance-based economy that we had and into something that looks like we're doing something good. Now, let me just
Agreed. Okay. Agreed with what you say. You're saying the last 10 years were terrible. Canada's in bad shape.
Correct.
And they said, Carney, do better. And you're going to say he has done better?
He is doing better.
Okay.
So let me give you this, because you talk about, before this show, you're talking about the first 100 days. In the first 100 days of his mandate, look, we've had something that neither you nor I have had in our lifetime, an interprovincial trade agreement in Canada, and that exists. And look at how fast he did that.
Trump did that, I would argue. Trump did that, and the premiers did that. But okay.
But I can say to you, it isn't going to, Donald Trump does not run this country. Mark Carney and his government run this country.
He forced us to
grow up.
At
the end of the day, you could say that all you want, but at the end of the day, this government said we want an interprovincial trade, and we're getting interprovincial trade. So that's number one. Number two, and I was in Ottawa a couple of weeks ago, and I was talking to folks in a minister's office, and they said, I have never, in the 8 years that I've worked on Parliament Hill, worked this hard for the job that I have. I said, well, tell me why. Because this Prime Minister is holding us to account. So if you look at what Mark Carney is doing right now as a Prime Minister, he's saying, I'm running this like a business. As the Chief Executive, I need you to be accountable to me. And so if you look at ministers right now, for the first time in their existence, for the 10 years that they've been in government, they're now being held to account for what they do. And that is a good sign for this country.
Absolutely, but what have they got to show for it?
Well, look, I think you're being a bit too hard, and your truth is always that things are bad. But when you look at when
things were good.
When you look at interprovincial trade, when you look at issues and you think about even things like how we could impact the United States on things like a counter for the tariffs, better dialogue, those kinds of things, I think we're doing a heck of a lot better in this first 100 days than we did in the last 10 years.
No one will disagree with that. I just want to do better.
Then
we're going to have another 3 minutes in a few minutes, and we'll deal with that then. 3 minutes from now. Thank you. To those of you who have subscribed and donated, a heartfelt thank you. You're keeping us on the air. If you're watching and you haven't, please try to do so, because 4 years ago we started this show because there needed to be independent analysis. Now more than ever, with the Online Harms Act. Once that gets into law, it's been passed once by the House, there are going to be hundreds of bureaucrats censoring the news in Canada, censoring this show. We need to keep it on the air. Thanks for your support.